Stay tuned for Public Affairs. We will be joined by Danny Reyes, a certified public accountant. And as always, he will be giving you advice and tips in terms of filing your tax returns. Welcome once again, Danny Reyes, to Public Affairs. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
Danny, everybody's celebrating. They're in the mood of forgetting many things, especially when it comes to taxes. And I know that you're the taxman that comes to remind everyone that there are many things that we have to prepare for next year. So first and foremost, yes, when is the filing date? Although many people would not want to remember it today.
Well, as usual, April 15 of 2016. That's the deadline.
Yes, and always the question is, can they have an extension?
Yes, they can have an automatic extension up to October 15 of 2016.
But do they have to do something like file a form, send in a form to file for an extension?
That's correct. Yes, they have to send an automatic extension form so that the IRS will be informed of their intention to file later on. But, however, I have to caution you that filing can be extended, but not the payment of taxes.
Oh.
So an amount due, you have to pay by April 15, otherwise there will be penalties.
Oh, in other words, to clarify then, if you owe the IRS some money, you really have to file on the date and pay.
Well, okay, let's go back. You don't have to file, but when you file an extension, you have to pay an amount that you think would be your liability eventually, so there will be no penalty.
So you must have an approximate amount that you know that you have to pay the IRS. They need an accountant for this.
Well, maybe yes, that's true.
Because people would always want to have a discount, right? To have some deductions. Now, tell me, Danny, nowadays, a lot of people, they say they prepare through TurboTax. Is that something advisable?
Well, if they prefer themselves, yeah, they could use TurboTax, which is a very reliable tax software in simple situations. But if things get a little bit complicated, they may need an advice of a tax preparer or a professional.
Right.
So that to make sure that what they're doing is correct.
Right. Now, who should file?
Everyone earning for 2015, let me see, a little above 4,000 plus. Well, at least if you earn about 9,000, you have to file.
If you earn 9,000 per year, you have to file. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
What about people that don't work, but they have a lot of money in the bank?
Well, yeah, they have a lot of money, like interest.
Like savings. They have savings and, they have their retirement money. Is that something that they would have to, tell the IRS and also file an income tax return?
Oh, yes. Those are called what we call unearned income.
Oh.
So that's what it is. Now, also, you may have to file, although your earnings may not be enough, but you have withholding taxes. In order to recover those withholding taxes, you may have to file.
Mm-hmm.
Although they may not be, of course, tax liability.
Now, Danny, this question sometimes. People perhaps have been filing regularly and then they just stop filing and then they file again. Is that a red flag?
No, not necessarily, but it's always advisable to continue your filing so that IRS, when they see there's a gap, they may ask you why you're not filing.
I
So
see.
you may have to do that.
That's right.